What is up, YouTube? Back with another video. Jay Evans. Black men and women ignoring red flags in relationships and blaming the opposite sex. How often does this happen? It happens very often, and we always attribute it to something like we just didn't see it coming. You know, if there's one thing that irks me, especially if it's in my own life, I cannot lie to myself about certain things. I don't like when I'm talking to a black man or a black woman and they sit up there talking about they never knew. They're always quicker to blame the opposite sex than actually doing what it is that they need to do to avoid or run away from that person. The lack of accountability between black men and black women is very low. A lot of people will say, oh, it's just the black woman. No, it's the black men. Black men condoning it. All right, if you're with a black woman and her friends ain't worth a CRAP or a damn. If you are with a black man and his friends aren't worth a damn, why are you still with that person? You got to look at what they say. Judge a tree by the fruit it bears. You also have to look at someone's closest friends and ask yourself, damn, if this man is a dog, his friends are probably a dog. Meet a man's friends, meet a woman's friends, good Lord. But, you know, I see far too often women like to throw around the word narcissist, or men like to throw around some of the same terms. You see the red flags. Sometimes the sex is good, sometimes the connection is amazing, sometimes, I don't know, maybe you like their personality or whatever, or maybe they smoke weed like you. But all connection ain't good connection. Just because the frequency is good, right, doesn't mean that you two are gonna work out. Doesn't mean you have the same goals in life. It doesn't mean you both want a family. Seeing black men and black women sit up here and talk about, if I was with a white man or a white woman, you don't know that. If white men and white women are having the same gender divide that black folks are having, even Hispanic women. I grew up in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. A lot of Dominican women said they would never date a Dominican man. They cheat too much. And that's the problem. Another problem is, a lot of black folks have not lived around other races of people. You predominantly live around black folks, and then you talking about what white people are doing and what they're not doing. How do you know this if you've never lived in their neighborhood? If you've never seen them arguing in front of their house? If you've never seen police pull up to their house? I think sometimes black folks like to play victim too much. Holy hell. We like to play victim, and then we sit up there like it's everybody else's fault but our own for having sex with somebody we probably should never have sex with. We shouldn't have had sex. There ain't no problem. We shouldn't have. Some of these black men are online. Oh, she won't let me see my child. You knew she was crazy when you were sexing her. Shit, you had to have known. Men aren't stupid. Women aren't stupid either. Women got women's intuition. That's what they say, but it never works for some strange reason, because when their feelings are involved, they ignore obvious red flags. Men, y'all sit up online talking about black women this, black women that. Her ass fat, or you might like her personality, or you think you can save her. That's the biggest one. You think you can save her. You can't save anyone but yourself. You need to. Black women do the same. Oh, he needs me. I love him, even though he tossed me through a goddamn second-story window. Even though he shot me. Black people have so much trauma that they bring over into their adulthood life and in dating. We don't get it solved, and if you go to therapy, black people shame you for therapy and call you crazy. This is crazy. I'm sitting down talking about it. I never even knew I had. It's wild when you sit down and think about it. I just want you guys to, listen, digest what it is that I'm saying before you point the finger at, your previous partner or your baby daddy, your baby mom. Look at the obvious red flags that you ignored over the years for their personality, for some sex, for their charm, whatever it was that made you fall in love with them. Be honest with yourself. Don't sit up here and talk about he or she was a narcissist. Narcissists have to be clinically diagnosed, and they're very rare. I'm so tired of hearing women talk about narcissist this, narcissist that. It's not. If they're not clinically diagnosed, you're dealing with an asshole. It's that simple. You picked them, you picked her, you picked him or her, so you gotta lay in the bed that you made. Anyway, guys, that was it for my video. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.